Al-Sisi invites Al-Burhan to attend the opening of Egyptian Museum. Kubashi chairs meetings with North and West Kordofan governments. Mandela's grandson says Palestinians' plight is worse than the apartheid. Hello and welcome. Chairman of the Sovereignty Council, Lieutenant General Abdel Fattah Al-Burhan, receives an official invitation from Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi to attend the opening of the Grand Egyptian Museum on November 1st. The initiative was delivered in the written letter by Egyptian Ambassador Hani Salah during his meeting with Al-Burhan. Ambassador Salah stated that the meeting discussed ways to advance relations between Sudan and Egypt, as well as regional and international issues of mutual concerns. He further noted that the talks highlighted Egypt's efforts to restore security and stability in Sudan, and the role of the Egyptian leadership in defending Sudanese interests, safeguarding its sovereignty and territorial integrity, and protecting Sudanese institutions. Lieutenant General Shamsuddin Al-Kabashi, member of the Transitional Sovereignty Council and Deputy Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Force, met yesterday with the government of North Kordofan State in Al-Ubayd, where he was briefed on the overall situation in the state and the efforts of the government to provide service to citizens. Earlier, Kabashi also attended a joint meeting at the temporary headquarters of the West Kordofan State Government with the state government and its security committee. Governor Major General Mohammed Adam Jayed said the meeting addressed key issues, including humanitarian concerns and plans to liberate West Kordofan from militias to restore security and stability. The Council of Ministers, chaired by the Prime Minister Dr. Kamel Idris, held its meeting on Wednesday to discuss priority economic issues. The meeting reviewed the decision to form a committee and outline the assigned tasks, including the implementation of measures to purchase gold and regulate its market in order to boost the state resource. Decisions or discussions also focused on combating smuggling through strict control to reduce resource loss. Prime Minister Idris announced the formation of a specialized technical committee to oversee the follow-up and implementing, stressing the need for immediate execution of the recommendations on the ground. The Sudanese Minister of Irrigation and Water Resource, Ismat Qurashi Abdullah, held talks in Cairo with his Egyptian counterpart, Dr. Hani Suwailim. They reached an agreement on issues related to the River Nile water, stressing the importance of safeguarding the rights of both countries. The discussion also addressed the Ethiopian dam, with both ministers emphasizing the necessity of full adherence to international water law. They also highlighted the need to preserve and support the current consultative mechanism as the sole path toward inclusiveness among all Nile Basin states. Minister of Justice Dr. Abdullah Daraf met in his office with the President of the Constitutional Court, Muwallana Wahbi Muhammad Mukhtar. The meeting discussed strengthening the role of law, consolidating constitutional principles, and protecting the rights and freedoms. It also addressed avenues of cooperation between the Ministry of Justice and the Constitutional Court. Dr. Daraf described the appointment of Muwallana Wahbi as a significant step toward completing the justice system. The Sudanese side of the Sudanese-Russian Joint Ministerial Committee for Trade and Economic Cooperation reaffirmed the government's commitment to strengthening relations with Russia, highlighting the historical ties and multiple agreements linking the two countries. The Technical Committee of the Ministerial Committee held its meeting on Wednesday at the Ministry of Minerals headquarters in Port Sudan in preparation for a new season. Dr. Hind Al-Siddiq, Undersecretary of the Ministry of Minerals and Chair of the Technical Committee, described Russia as a friendly nation with long-standing cooperation with Sudan. Sudan's permanent representative to Geneva, Ambassador Hassan Hamid Hassan, chaired a meeting of the African Group ambassadors with Ms. Amy Bob, Director General of the International Organization for Migration. He delivered a statement on behalf of the African Group, commending the organization's role in Africa. Ms. Bob outlined the organization's plans on the continent, noting challenges from the global funding crisis and highlighting efforts to strengthen humanitarian and development responses. Nelson Mandela's grandson, Mandela Mandela said Palestinians are living under conditions worse than the apartheid era. He urged the global community to support them. Speaking to Reuters before flying from Johannesburg to Tunisia to join a flotilla delivering aid to Gaza, Mandela said the visit to the occupied territories leave no doubt that Palestinians face a far worse form of apartheid. He called for the continued international solidarity with Palestinians, similar to the global support once given to South Africa. President Donald Trump has pushed the limit of executive power, imposing sweeping tariffs, cracking down on immigration, and even attempting to fire Federal Reserve Governor. Those actions could soon dominate the U.S. Supreme Court's docket. Loyola Law School professor Jessica Levinson says it is about to be, does the president have the power to do that season at the Supreme Court? The Trump administration appealed a lower court ruling last week that found many of his tariffs issued under the 1977 emergency law were illegal. This case, along with others moving toward the court, will test how far the justices are willing to accept Trump's broad view of presidential authority and his administration's efforts to find new ways to push his agenda. This was your today's news by Sniper TV. Thank you for watching. Until next time, goodbye.